I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to have you here this evening. So obviously it's so highly anticipated, this film. Tell us, what can viewers expect?
I think viewers, loyal fans that have stayed with us from the beginning, can expect more of what they love about the series, but kind of some new surprises as well. You know, it absolutely has the DNA of what made the Luther series great, I believe, but it also takes us into new space. From a story point of view and literally from a practical point of view, there's a few surprises in store for the Luther fans, and there's hopefully a fresh set of joy for the new ones.
What do you think it was about this character, and I guess Idris's embodiment of it, that has really captivated people?
I think there's a timelessness to Luther. I think he's our knight errant. He's the one that would stand on the wall of our nightmares and say, "You're not coming in." And I think that's what, makes it so attractive, is the fact that there's a kind of, he's a human that will push himself to extremes to protect you. And there's a timelessness to who he is. He's not born of any moment. And I think a combination of all those things, and the fact that Lutherland and Luther stories let us explore the primal fears that we all have, I think is endlessly fascinating.
And of course, introducing people like Cynthia Erivo and Andy Serkis, absolutely terrifying. Never would have expected that. What was it like bringing these people on board?
Cynthia Erivo is a force. She's incredible. She's got incredible heart, incredible spirit. There's an incredible sequence that she has where she's, it's a big physical challenge for her. And we had to clear everything up before we went again. It was Cynthia that was doing the clearing up because she wanted to go again. She really threw herself in. It was a gift to work with her. And Andy Serkis, if you're going to cast a Luther villain, you have to cast it right. And boy, we got it right. And it was actually Idris's idea, first of all, when we thought, who are we going to get to play the Luther villain? And Idris went, how about Andy Serkis? We were like, brilliant. Let's hope we can convince him to do it.
And of course, it does go to some very dark places. What do you think it is about confronting these darker aspects of humanity that's important? And this idea that fear of shame can be stronger than fear of death?
I think we have an endless fascination to the darkness of the human spirit. I think that will be forever. And I think there's a whole set of fresh fears that we have in the fact that we have this wonderful gift, which is this constant connection to the online world. But we've also invited, incredible surveillance into our life and taken it for granted. And it's we think we control how that's viewed, but it's a two-way viewing. They're looking back and they're listening at times where we don't know they are. And I think it's a great detail to play with. London is such an important part of the stories that exist within what we call Lutherland. London is Lutherland. So being able to properly celebrate the city that holds these stories has been a real treat. The important thing in taking the series and moving it into a much broader canvas is understanding that it's really essential to protect the DNA of what made the series great, and make sure we don't lose that truth as we take it to the operatic extremes which Luther enjoys playing it. Collaborating with Idris and Andy has been phenomenal. They're both phenomenally talented. They're incredibly open, and they're the best collaborators that you could hope for. They make me look good. There's nothing wrong with that.